universe will have changes in it. Perhaps they are perceiving that in some way, but I think they do not have the right information in their computers. It will only change things in positive ways. It will not change anything in a negative way. It will only reinforce all positive life. It will only reinforce all good things that are happening. It will only diminish negativity as far as you know it. It will not exclude it or kill it or make it expire, but it will decrease it. So I will try to explain that to you. You now that you understand that, maybe you can speak to the Elia Kindavor in a different way, in a way that will tell them that only positive things will happen from the new symphony that is coming forth. They are not seeing a new symphony. They are seeing a new vibration that could be harmful to them. This vibration is being picked up by their computers in a way that can be good or bad. So they cannot take any chances with it. They are assuming that it's going to be bad, and so they have to stop it.
And what is that vibration? Can you identify it?
It's a new vibration. I cannot tell you what it is, but you feel it within you. You experience it as you listen. It's plasmic, but it's more than that. It's beyond the plasmic vibration. It's the purity of, it's the purification of all the plasmic vibrations.
Which is transformation, and they don't understand
Yes.
transformation because that would be dissolving them, which would be a cause fear. I think human
Yes.
beings are same as human beings are afraid of the idea of turning into light. It's a transformation process. So what they don't understand is the transformation process. So
Exactly.
so even if they understood the
Well,
symphony is only for goodness, they still wouldn't understand the
well,
transformation.
listen carefully. They have transformation processes that they have created through technology. Not all of these transformation processes are positive. So when you say transformation processes, they do not always think positive thoughts. So
So
therefore, you must bring a positive twist to transformational thought to them. This is something that will not be easy because they have been aware of their own technology, of their own negative uh, transformational thought processes for a great many years. And as you can understand, where humans get confused about many things and know, and they are told one thing, but they believe another thing about it because of their own experiences. This is what is happening with the Eliakim 4 and the 10th dimensionals, the ninth and 10th dimensionals. The ninth dimensionals have shared their names, the Alikonda.
Alicanda.
Yes, but the 10th dimensionals have not yet uh, revealed themselves or their species names. However, what I am telling you is very important because the new symphony will bring a new uh, energy, a new vibration to the universe that will bring it up a step, bring it up a notch, and bring it up a vibrational tone. So it is all good because from the very lowest density and dimension to the very highest density and dimension in the first 7 dimensions, this will affect all of it.
And can you tell me and ask them to listen while you tell me what that change what the true transformation is.
Yes.
Explain,
Do they even know who I am?
and they love to listen. I'm sure they're trying to listen. Just say, invite them to listen. Elia Kindavor, please listen to what we're saying
Yes.
and explain it clearly how the transformation process really happens, how it is a positive thing, what it really does to them. And they will
Yeah.
be,
Well, they've already listened to everything that we said.
so explain it in a way they can understand. You can explain it to me, I'm sure they can understand.
Well, the thing is, their language is very, very different. Their understanding is very, very different. So they're more uh, abstract thinkers, meaning that you are more of a thinker on the earth plane, which is very solid and a very dimension and very vibrational oriented to a very low density. But they are in a very abstract realm where things are not the same as here at all. So I will have to make it into a different kind of verbiage to amend some of their thought processes because it is difficult for them to understand humans. Although everything you say they take wrong, so um, they they just do.
Well,
They just
everything I say, people take wrong too, so that's normal. That's normal everywhere. But I want to say one thing about my understanding of the transformation process came through a very scientific teaching. It came through studying quantum science of how all electrons, protons break down and break down and break down into liquid light and the plasma and hydroplays and all that infrared and all the spectrums of light, and how that transformation is just the same light forms in different chemical forms. And I would think they would understand that.
they do understand the first seven-dimensional kinds of sciences, but you must understand the first seven-dimensional kinds of sciences are seven different sciences. So you are in the lowest or one of the lowest sciences. So they see that that's very crude and uh, in some ways non-functional in their area. So we will work on that too, yes.
So please explain it in a way that will solve all of our problems.
I will explain it to them, but I will have to make a meeting with them.
Okay.
One moment. I will arrange that now if I can.
Wonderful.
Their language is very difficult to understand. It is it's more like tones, like music in some ways, but yet not music. It's more of a mechanical tone sound. Oh, and um, yes, they interpreted things through they used to have a language just as you and I have a language together, but now since their higher technology age and that they've integrated with their technology, their language has changed over to a technology language. That was a sample of it. I just must send this through a voice command. Let's see if I can get through to, oh, Eliyahu, please help me. Yes, you have the correct. Right. Please send me that algorithm. All right. I think we'll be able to do this. We'll be able to make communication with them, or I will be able to, and we will have a meeting together.
Can you do it now? Or do you
The
have to
meeting? No,
now? No.
they have not accepted the communication yet. I do not think that they will immediately respond, to be honest with you. They are not that spontaneous. But yes,
I just thought they're always listening to us.
they are, but they're not always responding.
Could you just talk as if they're listening, because you know they really are, even
Yes, they
even
are translating, yes.
even though they're not acknowledging it. Just go ahead and say it to me, and they'll be
Well,
listening.
I already did to say it to you. I
Oh,
already told you what is happening. But if I do, I must say it in a more scientific way, I guess.
please say it to me in a more scientific way. And this will help me to. I want to do two things at once. Um, I am working through, or God told me there's another creator being on earth, and his name is Om Kin. Calls himself John Omkin. He's in Ireland, and he is working on creating a machine that is based on Tesla's technology, which is, like you said, our music is like the pre-runner of Tesla technology, and he's going to run our music through this machine to try to broadcast to Earth, to try to do the same thing on Earth that you're doing for the universe. And so if you can explain to me how that machine works, it would be explaining the same thing to them, how your machine works.
You mean his machine?
Yeah, well, his machine
Uh,
in the idea of the Tesla technology.
the Tesla technology really is even lower than their technology. So even though it's advanced here, it's not advanced there. But let me tell you about this. The third, sixth, ninth, and 12th tones, when played together, give a certain vibration that is very interesting and can cause change within certain parameters of the universe, certain underlying parameters of the universe. These are algorithmically set together to be uh, played at a particular point in the symphony. And that point in the symphony will be a changing point for the key of the symphony. All right? Um,
Wait 1 minute. When you're talking about 3, 6, and 9, are you talking about that would
the
be
notes
G sharp, A sharp, and F sharp? The
and the
universal,
12th.
not the A B C D E F scale we have, but
No,
the universal scale.
correct.
Would
And the
be
12th note is
Pinyahara, Sinze, Frindata, and Nira Tetsi del
and
Flora.
the 12th also.
Nira Tere.
Those four notes played together are an undertone of a key change for the symphony.
Okay, but these are the notes you're talking about. No,
Correct.
not the
Correct.
earth. 12. Okay. So if Joe's working on a composition, he plays these notes This will do something.
Well, these notes together are beautiful.
So if he plays on a regular USA-made keyboard, plays a G sharp, A sharp, F sharp, and A, that will make a change. Those are the magic notes. That's the magic chord.
Yes, will be some change within your density. They have been played before, but not in a universal sense. So it's hard to explain. There's an algorithm that also goes along with that. So it's mathematical as well as vibrational as well as tonal. So these all have to happen at once. This symphony is a symphony of numbers as well as sounds.
So if Joe was to play that on a keyboard and connect his consciousness to you and Flame of the Eternal Sun, and then I listen to that and I sing that same chord, would that create an effect?
It will in your density, but it's not out here in the universe. So it has to sound throughout the universe. But it has made differences in your density as well.
So as far as our Earth project, that would work.
Yes. All the sharps should be played together. They are, and then the A added.
All of the sharps. G sharp, A sharp.
No. The 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, and 9 are the sharps.
Okay. 3, 6, 9. Okay.
And then the 12th will be added. It goes along with the algorithm that goes with all things.
A. Oh, that would be cool. Have fun. Finally had a real music lesson.
All right. And I have sent off a couple different messages to them, and I included some extra. I included the verbiage in 3 different ways. So they might, and I said to read it all 3 ways so that maybe they would understand it in one of those 3 ways in a more clearer and understandable way. All right. Remember also this. I'm going to give you a little math lesson.
Okay.
A little lesson on how the universe is working, and
Okay.
it includes math. All right? The universe is constantly changing, as you know, and so the math of the universe is constantly changing. But the first 3,000 numbers of this mathematical equation, with each planet, with each moon, with each sun, the first several thousand numbers are always the same. It's the last several hundred or even several thousand that are changing constantly. The basis of the number or the algorithm stays the same because it's been there throughout time, and as time goes on, numbers become more stable with these algorithms and with these different bases. And so you have, let's talk about Jupiter. 31,333 numbers before you have the numbers that start changing. All right? Because that is the base of the numerical algorithm or whatever. It's that many numbers to start, and then after that, the movement around the sun, the 79 moons or how many ever moons it has, 72 moons maybe, It is they're changing the algorithm. The energies of the planet are changing the algorithm. The energies that are coming in from outer realms are changing the algorithm. So these last several thousand numbers are constantly changing because there is constant change in the universe and with every item that is in it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
So therefore, you have great, huge numerical systems. But when these chords are played and the symphony is played throughout the universe, which is more than those four notes, of course, it's going to have all the notes in it, of course, and even a few sound effects, if you will. But once these are played, it's going to change maybe some of the base algorithms. So these first 33,000 numbers in the beginning of the Jupiter equation may, somewhere in the middle of those, change, which will change all the numbers from that change on. And this is dramatic. It's a clearing. It's going to be like, you know how you clear your system of heavy metals? Well, that's what this will be. It's not going to change the very basis, maybe the first 7,000 or 8,000 numbers, because they're basic. But it will cleanse the numerical system out from that area to make it a cleaner system. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yes.
And so this is what will happen with the playing of the symphony. It will have mathematical changes to the universe, which is going to cause cleansing to the universe. And what happens with those things that are being washed out? God will take those impurities in the numerical system, the impurities in the planet, if you will, and have them put somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but he's going to take care of that. And all he has to do is wave his hands and that'll happen. So, but it will cleanse the universe.
And so why do we need to do all this all through music if God just could do it with waving his hand?
No, he's going to clean it out by waving.
Oh,
You see, yes, afterwards. He wants it to be clarified this way. He could do it a different way, but through the music will be much more beautiful, will but be much more gentle.
So you are talking about a cleansing thousands of years in the future, but God is also going to be doing this in about 15 years on Earth. And so it's the same thing going on. We need to purify as much as we can through music on Earth for
Yes.
just waves his hand in 2032 or whenever.
The thing is, wherever it happens, he will see it. But the thing is, it's an absolutely amazing and gentle transformation. You see, if he were to do it, it would be an instantaneous thing that would change things instantly. Whereas the playing of the symphony does it with gentleness and moves it out in a graceful motion, in a symphony of its own numerically. So this is much more preferred.
And back to the project we're working on now, if we can arrange these notes to go out onto Earth now through this Tesla technology, it could be changing the
It will help change many things, yes.
consciousness of Earth at this time.
But
do you know
remember,
any
just playing
about,
those, what?
Do you know anything about this creator being whose name is Omkin? There's also working
There are
on this.
many creator beings on your planet right now.
No, his name is Ken, and he's in Ireland, and
In
he's a
Ireland. I will
he's
check.
he's
Yes, he is a creator being for sure.
working on this music project and creating technology to send our music to the earth. I just wondered if you knew anything about that.
A little bit, but I will tell you this. It is, I will check him out. He is brilliant and he will help you out. He will give you some information that you do not know, I'm sure.
Well, he's already sent me the information, and
What did he say?
he just told me about the machine that he has, and it's a he calls it radionics, which isn't exactly right, but he said that he's just calling that because it's close to that. But it's a machine. He said it's using like the Tesla technology, sending scalar waves out, and he was using it. Scalar waves would affect people millions of miles away through this technology. So this is all true. This is what you know.
Yes, I know Skylar technology, or scalar as you call it. I pronounce it Skylar, but it is yes, it is the basis for a generator, the generator field. It is that kind of technology, but it's farther advanced.
So people wouldn't be able to hear our music, but they'd be able to feel our music. It would go in, it'd saturate their consciousness. And
yes, there are many beings trying to do that now with kind of mind control things on your planet, but of course God will not allow it to succeed in a way that will dominate the planet, at least not at this point. He is destroying their connections in many different ways, but it is affecting many people because they're getting headaches and dizziness and things of this nature, but he is disconnecting it from them.
Oh, good. I wonder if that could have anything to do with what's been going on with my brain. Maybe I should tell the Elias about that too. That maybe how they're getting in my head.
They are running the third set of scans.
So mention to them the scalar waves. That might be something to check on.
Oh yes, they know what that is.
Okay. I don't know if they're checking on that. Since I'm doing that.
The scalar wave is something that available to you in third dimension. It's also available in higher dimensions, but for different things. Let me explain. The scalar wave, or the scalar basis, the basis of the scalar wave can cause transportation, communication for millions of miles, light years even, can do transporting, can cause things to be moved into place that weigh thousands or millions of pounds. So it's the beginning of a new era when people discover the beginnings or the ways that these scalar waves can be used.
And God is working with Omkin now to use this in a productive way?
In some ways, yes. He is limited in his thought process, but he is on the right track.
Great, that's all good news. But our music, he would need to have our music in pure wave form to be able to use it in this machine. Is that correct? Or does it matter?
In waveform is, yes, a better form than MP3 or MP4 or any of those lower waveforms. Waveform is a higher form and can be, it actually duplicates more clearly or more perfectly the sound waves, yes.
Okay, so we will try to do that. Our wave files are just so huge, they don't fit on human technology. It's hard to transport it, so we'll have to figure that out.
Yes, I understand. Mm-hmm. But your technology will improve, and the wave files will be able to be transferred at some point And that is a very good thing for you.
Okay. Oh, I need to talk to the Elia Hog before time's up. Thank you so much. So you're going to continue trying to talk to the
Oh, of
Elia.
course. That we're going to have a meeting. I'm going to basically, you have to talk to them rather sternly if you're from the outside. And so I'm demanding a meeting more than asking for it.
Wonderful. And would you please share all this information with Lacedemus? I haven't talked to him for months, and I know I should, but I just have all these other things I need to figure out.
Very well. Let me bring you back to Eliyahu.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Love you. Goodbye.
And I love you as well, my dear. And Joe, my
Yes.
love. Very good.